We begin today with a visit to the southeast Nebraska village of Steinauer.
Yeah, residents there are quite proud of a new mural that is now featured on one of the buildings downtown. In this segment, we discover how the mural is helping people honor the town's history. Nick Flatt has been a professional artist for 15 years.
I started doing murals in 2013 in Los Angeles, and then moved to Berlin for a few years and did murals there. Then back to San Francisco, and then here a year ago to Omaha.
Now he's completed a mural in a much smaller space, Steinauer, Nebraska.
I like the way it turned out, but I also like the challenge of trying to take the old photographs and then make a photorealistic mural.
The use of old pictures helps Flatt make the mural look just right.
Now I use like really large reference photos that are blown up to the exact same size. So we actually printed out the photos to the exact same size as this shed. And so I'm just, as long as it looks like this here, it'll look like that from 10 feet away. So that's kind of how I do it, it's just one-to-one.
Julie Gatula grew up in Steinauer and now lives in Omaha. One day during a visit to the local bank, she floated the idea of having a mural painted in town.
I just walked in on a Saturday, I'm like, we need a mural. And they said, we've thought about that. So I said, okay, let's get started, let's do something.
The community set out to find a place for it. One consultant to the project suggested this building.
We actually were going to put it on a different building behind here that is much smaller. And that was the goal, let's just put a mural there. She's like, well, what about this building? And we're like, okay. This was private owned, so we made sure the owners were okay with it, which is Carol, who works at the bank. And she was like, she asked her husband, they're like, oh yeah, go ahead and paint on our building.
The mural depicts the town's main street in the early years. A couple of the old buildings still stand today.
My great-grandfather's, the saloon is his. He started it. So that building was very important to me. I made sure Nick did it properly. I'm like, Nick, you have to make sure you do that one correct because it's part of my ancestry. The saloon is still there. The front still looks the same. It has not changed at all.
The old post office building is still standing too. These days it's used as a museum called the Steinauer Community Heritage House. The bank building is also original. Painting that took some work.
So I started on this bank building over here, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna paint every single brick. And about halfway through, I hated that I made that choice, but now that it's done, that's the part I probably like the most, is that I went and painted every shingle and every brick.
Overall, local residents like what they see.
Well, I think it's beautiful. It's, you know, not only the mural here, the whole village. We worked real hard cleaning it up and restoring stuff.
This project has inspired town leaders to have more murals painted around town. One could be done on this building.
To showcase the church and the old high school and the old Catholic school.
And the old opera house on the upper floor of the town bank could have a mural in it at some point.
We're hoping that we have a famous Australian artist that would be interested in maybe possibly doing a mural in the upstairs of the bank, as well as possibly doing a exhibit, a 9-month exhibit for us here in town.
Artist Nick Flatt enjoyed the 35 days he spent working on this mural.
I would love to do more of these rural murals if people are interested.
For now, he's glad to put his signature on another finished project for the public to enjoy.